The war had raged for decades. Across the spiral arms of the Orion Spur, the Zandari Empire had broken one civilization after another under the weight of its interstellar legions. Their fleets moved with cold precision, mathematical, predictable, and unstoppable. Dozens of species had fallen. Resistance was merely a delay. When Earth made first contact, the Zandari laughed. Another pre-quantum civilization, barely capable of interstellar flight. They offered humanity the same ultimatum as the others: submission or annihilation. Humanity declined, and so a Zandari task fleet was dispatched. It was a standard extermination force, 50 warships, equipped with gravitic lances and void shatter bombs. The mission parameters were clear: reduce Earth's orbital infrastructure, cleanse surface resistance, then begin bioconversion of the biosphere for imperial use. They expected surrender in a week. Instead, they met the Vindicator. Captain Alara Miles stood on the bridge of the Vindicator, humanity's first true battleship. Forged in the secret shipyards of Europa, her fingers tightened around the command rail as the Zandari fleet emerged from slipspace. "Targeting arrays online," her weapons officer called out. Alara nodded. "They're early. Good. Let's show them what humanity has been building in the dark." The Vindicator wasn't beautiful. It was angular, brutal, black armor plated with quantum-threaded tungsten, built not for aesthetics but survival. Its silhouette was barely visible to the naked eye, but within its hull lay the culmination of every war humanity had ever fought. Lasers? Too slow. Railguns? Outdated. The Vindicator carried weapons of a different nature: antimatter lances, AI-guided kinetic rods the size of trucks, and graviton inversion cannons that could fold space for tactical positioning. It had taken 20 years of hidden development. Earth had united in silence to birth this monster. Today, the silence would end. The Zandari Admiral Keltar Vun watched the human ship on his tactical screen. It was alone. Alone. He sneered, four mandibles clicking with contempt. Is this all they have? The humans hadn't even deployed a fleet, just one vessel. He had encountered orbital defense platforms tougher than this. "Bring the dreadnoughts forward," he ordered. "Let's test this anomaly." 3 of his capital ships surged ahead, each one over 3 kilometers long. Each one had raised continents. On the Vindicator, Alara gave a single command: "Fire." The void split with a soundless roar. The first kinetic rod struck a Zandari dreadnought at 20.2 C, nearly 60,000 kilometers per second. No shields could react in time. The ship didn't explode. It disintegrated, turned into a mist of plasma and shredded alloy. The second dreadnought barely had time to alter course before the Vindicator's AI launched a swarm of micro-EM pulses, scrambling its systems. Then came the graviton cannon, a ripple in space that tore the dreadnought in half. The third tried to retreat. It never got the chance. Panic spread through the Zandari fleet. Admiral Kalehar was silent, mandibles frozen. "How?" he whispered. The human ship was unlike anything in their databases. It moved through space with unnatural grace, using gravitic warps not for defense, but for offense, teleporting short distances to dodge entire salvos. Their targeting algorithms couldn't lock it. The humans weren't just fighting differently. They were fighting like they had studied war, like they lived it. Alara stood firm, heart racing but face cold. "They're scattering," her tactical officer reported. "Good," she said. "Broadcast this." The communications AI transmitted a simple message across all frequencies, translated into Zandari glyphs and sound pulses. "To the Zandari Empire, this is not a war of conquest. This is not revenge. This is a warning. Humanity will not go quietly into extinction. We do not forget. We do not forgive. You brought your fleets to our home. Now we bring war to yours." The message was time-stamped and archived into every ship's log across the Zandari flotilla. It would spread. Alara didn't want to just win. She wanted fear. The Vindicator didn't wait for surrender. It moved like a predator, slipping between fleets, targeting command ships, and vanishing before a counterstrike could form. The remaining Zandari ships launched everything they had: missiles, beam weapons, dark matter torpedoes. None hit. And then, without warning, the Vindicator deployed its final weapon. The Oblivion Array. A synchronized burst of quantum-entangled warheads detonated across the fleet formation. Unlike conventional explosions, these didn't release energy, they erased mass. Entire ships vanished. No wreckage, no light, no signal. It was like they never existed. By the time the battle ended, only 2 Zandari ships remained. One limped away with half a hull. The other floated, derelict. Earth's moon now orbited the charred remnants of a fleet that once thought itself invincible. On the Zandari homeworld, panic gripped the High Conclave. Who were these humans? How had they built such a weapon undetected? How had they adapted so quickly? The answer came slowly through intercepted transmissions and recovered logs. Humans were not like the others. Where other species evolved in harmony or stability, humanity had evolved in chaos. Their history was painted in blood. Civil wars, world wars, proxy wars, digital wars. They had killed each other for thousands of years, honed conflict like a blade. But when united, they did not just fight, they changed the rules. Back on the Vindicator, Elara stood in the silence of the observation deck. Earth rose beneath them, scarred but still breathing. A young officer stepped forward. "Orders, Captain?" She looked at him, eyes hardened. "We build more. I'm the Zandari." She turned back toward the stars, watching the fading streak of a damaged enemy vessel retreating into the void. "They'll be back," she said, "and when they come, they won't underestimate us." A small, humorless smile tugged at her lips. "Let them learn. War is no longer their language alone."